Hello. This video is a sort of a demo of my project magicOS, and the intent of magicOS was to create a tool that allows you to control your operating system or your computer without actually having to use like a mouse or a keyboard, right? I think it's pretty cool that you can actually that I was actually able to implement this, and then you can actually see your gestures actually doing stuff on your PC. But I think there's also a lot of room for development, especially with adding more gestures, right? So, talking a little bit about the details of the project, I created a Tkinter GUI that allows you to edit the sort of gestures that you have available to you, right, and what they do, right? And all that data is stored in this JSON file, right? So right now you can see that I have two different gestures, the snap and the swipe, right? And each one of those are mapped to a different type of action. So one type of action that I've set up is a keybind, right? So it can trigger a keybind. Another type is to open an app. And obviously these are very basic right now, but I believe they do show like the sort of potential of the project or what the project actually consists of. There's always room for development, and it's really easy to train the model and add more later on. But without further ado, let me just show you what happens when I snap. So when I snap, I open Google Chrome, right? And I think that's pretty great because, you know, like it was pretty, I feel like magic, right? Hence the name, Magic OS, right? But let's say, I'm in Google Chrome and I want to open a new tab. I just swipe and I get a new tab open. Or I want to open Google Chrome again. I just snap again. Google Chrome opens, right? So it's pretty cool, especially like, as a first time user, I was really surprised, even though I was the one who made it, right? But like let me walk you through like the Tkinter GUI, right? Let's say I want to remap the swipe gesture, right? All I have to do is click the start recording button and then do my gesture, let's say Alt Tab, right? It'll recognize it as Alt Tab and I can save it in the mapping. And then it in fact maps it to the gesture mappings.json file, right? And now, let's say I go to Google Chrome again, right? And I alt tab to the gesture mappings file, which is obviously what was intended, right? But I do want to show you a little bit more about what actually made this project possible, and that was through RoboFlow, right? And now through RoboFlow, I created like a YOLO V8 model, right? And all it does is just recognize based on different frames what sort of gesture you're doing. So I annotated manually around 500 images, 450 images, right? And you can see they're all different frames of like different motions such as snapping, right? And this is what actually allows the model to recognize the gestures. There's more for snapping as well. Like if you look here, these are different frames of snapping, right? So the only real limitations of this project actually come from just how much data you have and how much you're able to annotate for different sort of gestures, right? I think it's very scalable and it can be, actually useful if I had like more gestures, right? Or I added more potential possibilities for the type of stuff they could do, right? But I believe whatever I've done right now shows the general idea or the core of this project, and let me know what you think.